and welcome. You're watching the news. I'm Gargi Rawat. Coming up ahead, the Prime Minister to make a third visit to South India ahead of the Ayodhya event. Also a bloodbath on Dalal Street. What's driving down the stock markets? All that and more. Let's take a look at the headlines. Prime Minister Modi will make a third visit to South India this month ahead of the 22nd Ram Temple event. After his two-day visit to Andhra and Kerala, he will visit Tamil Nadu and Karnataka. Even as the Congress and Aam Aadmi Party hold talks in Delhi, there's deep distrust and hostility in Punjab. The Congress state unit says Bhagwant Mann and Kejriwal are like Hitler. The Kolkata High Court orders an SIT probe on the 5th January attack on an enforcement directorate team that was attacked as they were to raid a local Trinamool Congress leader. The Sensex and Nifty see their biggest single-day percentage loss since June 2022, dragged by across-the-board selling amid weak global cues. Investors lose over 4 lakh crore. After Iran claims it targeted 2 militant bases in Balochistan in Pakistan, Pakistan recalls its envoy expels the Iranian ambassador. But with these increased tensions, what does it mean for India's Chabahar port project? And after a man was stuck in the bathroom of a SpiceJet flight from Mumbai to Bengaluru, his family says the airline did not offer any medical assistance and that the 5,000 rupees compensation was not enough. So those are the headlines we're tracking. But first, let's get you the latest from Ayodhya. And as preparations are underway in Ayodhya for the big 22nd January event, today the Ram Lalla idol was taken in a truck from the Vivek Shrishti Trust, where it had been kept and has been kept, in fact, to the sanctum sanctorum of the Ram Mandir in Ayodhya. Let's go across to Tanishq, who joins us from Ayodhya. And Tanishq, tell us about what is happening. We do know that every day now leading up to the 22nd, there are rituals that are taking place.
Yes, Gargi, many rituals. In fact, I don't think anybody can keep account of so many rituals that are happening up to in the run up to 22nd of January. But if I just talk about the rituals regarding the Ram Lala's idol, a puja of the Garbhagriha, that is the sanctum sanctorum, will be held, and after that, the idol of the Lord Ram will be placed inside in that Garbhagriha, that is the sanctum sanctorum. But the eyes of the idol will be kept closed and will be opened only on 22nd of January after the Pran Pratishtha is done. After, Pran Pratishtha basically literally means giving life. So after Lord Ram is born, then the eyes will be opened and the blindfold will be taken off from the idol. Right now, idol is reaching the Ram Mandir premises, after which it will take a tour of the whole temple and then will be taken inside. If I give you some details about the idol is 51 inches tall, 51 inches in height. The reason being 51 inches because it is made in such a way that on the Ram Navami, a sunlight will fall directly on the forehead of the idol. So that is why its height has kept 51 inches. And as Champat Rai, the General Secretary of the Ram Janam Bhoomi Trust, described that the idol has the divinity of a 5-year-old child, a grace like a king and a warrior in it. So yes, that's how the idol is. It weighs around 150 to 200 kgs. And since morning, it was anticipated that the idol will go inside the premises today. But finally that happened later towards at around 7 p.m. At around 7 p.m. in the evening. So a lot of devotees actually gathered around there, but of course we could not see the idol. But yes, it will be kept inside the Ram temple today. Yes.
All right, Tanishq, thanks so much for joining us with those details. Now, the Prime Minister barely completed his Andhra Kerala tour today. When it's emerged, he will be making a third visit to South India in a month ahead of the Ram Temple event in Ayodhya. He will be visiting Tamil Nadu, Karnataka and Maharashtra. And as he did in Andhra and Kerala, he will be visiting temples that have a connection or some significance related to the Ramayan. The Prime Minister's visit to Maharashtra will be a second visit in this month. Go across to Akhilesh now for more. And Akhilesh, tell us about this third visit that the Prime Minister will be making to South India.
Well, it's clearly Gargi BJP's outreach to South India, especially keeping in mind the upcoming Lok Sabha elections. The South India has 131 Lok Sabha seats. The BJP has only 29 seats out of those 131. So party has to gain a lot if it has to maintain the tally of more than 300 seats in the Lok Sabha. That is why Prime Minister is focusing especially on South India. We have seen that he has begun the new year by visiting Tamil Nadu, Lakshadweep and Kerala, and in fact this is his third visit to South India in this month only. So this very clearly shows that how BJP and the Prime Minister Narendra Modi is focusing on South India. But BJP has a tough challenge because out of these 29 seats, only Karnataka and Telangana BJP has significant presence. In Tamil Nadu, Andhra Pradesh or Kerala or Lakshadweep, Puducherry, BJP does not have that kind of presence. So though Prime Minister Narendra Modi has tremendous appeal among the masses, but to convert that appeal into votes, BJP needs a solid ground organization, and that is lacking somewhere. That is why BJP hopes that by visiting all these states in South India, Prime Minister Narendra Modi will be able to help to increase BJP's tally. And this is also Mr. Modi's Anushthan for 10 days just before the Pran Pratishtha Samaroh in Ayodhya on 22nd January. And he has been visiting temples. In the next visit also, he will be going to Rameshwaram, where he will spend considerable amount of time.
All right. Thanks so much for joining us with those details of the Prime Minister on a third visit to South India. Now let's talk about his two-day visit that took place to Kerala. The Prime Minister launched several projects in Kerala worth over 4,000 crore. He also visited the Guruvayur temple today. Here's a report.
चुनाव दरवाजे पर दस्तक दे रहे हैं और अब केरला दिल्ली विजय का नेतृत्व करने की ताकत वाला बन गया है। हमारा पहला संकल्प चाहिए, हमारा बूथ हम जीतेंगे। हम हमारे बूथ में पराजित नहीं होंगे। अगर बूथ को जीत लिया तो केरल को भी जीत सकते हैं।
Jai Shri Ram!
The Prime Minister categorically explaining to BJP workers in Kochi his emphasis on Kerala in the run-up to the 2024 Lok Sabha elections. This is his second visit to the state in just a fortnight, and the target is to break into the state that's been dominated by the Congress-led UDF and Left Democratic Front for decades.
हमें उन्हें बार-बार बताना होगा कि एलडीएफ, यूडीएफ का इतिहास किस तरह घोटालों का रहा है, भ्रष्टाचार का रहा है। आज भारत को दुनिया विश्व मित्र के रूप में देख रही है। इसका बेहतरीन उदाहरण गल्फ देशों के साथ हमारे संबंध है।
लोगों की आकांक्षाओं को पूरा करना, उनकी अपेक्षाओं को पूरा करना, हजारों करोड़ रुपए की सौगात देना, ये
From roadshows in Kochi on Tuesday and announcements of over 4,000 crore rupees worth of projects at the Kochi shipyard, to prayers at the Guruvayur temple and the Ramaswamy temple in Thrissur on Wednesday morning, it was a packed visit. The ultimate aim is to boost chances of party candidates like actor Suresh Gopi in Thrissur, whose daughter's wedding the Prime Minister attended.
Thrissur is a parliamentary constituency where the BJP managed to secure 28.2% vote share in 2019. The BJP has also emerged as the runner-up in Thiruvananthapuram consistently. With hopes surging, PM Modi concluded his tour in Kerala with a meeting of the BJP's booth-level workers. Strengthening the cadre is where it all starts. With camera person Kumar, Pratibha Raman in Kochi for NDTV.
Meanwhile, in the heart of Odisha, a spectacle is unfolding, orchestrated with precision by Chief Minister Naveen Patnaik and the Biju Janata Dal amid the build-up for the grand opening of the Ram Temple in Ayodhya. Odisha unveiled the Puri Jagannath Heritage Corridor, a strategic move by the BJD to not only boost religious sentiments but also outmaneuver the BJP in the state.
The Odisha government's most prestigious project finally being inaugurated. Odisha Chief Minister Naveen Patnaik and erstwhile King of Puri, Gajapati Dibyasingha Deva, performing rituals to inaugurate the Sri Mandir Parikrama project. The inauguration of the heritage corridor around the Puri Jagannath temple comes just days before the grand consecration ceremony at the Ram temple in Ayodhya. Guests included religious heads of around 1,000 temples across the country as the Odisha government took the celebration to all districts of the state.
All the infrastructure components have been completed. So now people will have two accesses to come to Jagannath temple, one through normal Badadanda, the other through the new road, that is Sri Setu and then Jagannath Vallabh Prakalp to Sri Marg and then to the Parikrama. And the way the Parikrama has maintained the heritage and the culture of the rich culture of the state is quite evident from the architecture.
The project involves the creation of a 75-meter free passage around the outer walls of the Meghnad Pacheri or the temple. This is the biggest revamp for the 12th century temple that was overseen by the Chief Minister's trusted aide, bureaucrat turned politician V.K. Pandian. The project also includes amenities like an amphitheatre, a bridge connecting the Puri bypass to the Grand Road, toilets and cloakrooms. There were massive security arrangements for the ceremony.
So all the police arrangements which we have planned already implemented. Now the guests are coming and all are coming as a devotees of Lord Jagannath. So they are being properly received by us and our administration.
Odisha goes to polls this year along with the general elections. Lord Jagannath is the most revered deity in Odisha, and the majority of the electorate who are Hindus are emotionally connected to the shrine. This is expected to be the ruling Biju Janata Dal's trump card against its main rival in the state, the BJP, which will focus on the Ram temple. An NDTV Bureau Report.
News now from Punjab, and the rancor in Punjab between the Congress and Aam Aadmi Party peaked today with the Congress dubbing Punjab Chief Minister Bhagwant Mann and his Delhi counterpart Arvind Kejriwal Hitler. Hours earlier, the two parties had sent out a message of unity as Raghav Chadha and Pawan Bansal met in Chandigarh, where the AAP and Congress will be contesting the Chandigarh mayoral polls jointly. But clearly all is not well in the state between the two parties as Congress leaders are upset over targeting by the state government. Congress's Pratap Singh Bajwa said AAP's dictatorial governance matches that of Adolf Hitler.
Time आ गया अपने दफ्तरां चों डॉक्टर अंबेडकर साहब दी ते शहीद आजम भगत सिंह दी, क्योंकि तुसी सोचना नहीं बजे, तुसी वो काम कर रहे हो जेडे कंप्लीटली उन्हां दी आइडियोलॉजी दे खिलाफ ने। किरपा करके सारिਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਪਹਿਲੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੀਆਂ ਤਸਵੀਰਾਂ ਆਪਣੇ ਦਫ਼ਤਰਾਂ ਤੋਂ ਲਓ ਉਤਾਰੋ ਤੇ ਮੈਂ ਇਹਨੂੰ ਰਾਏ ਦਊਂਗਾ ਕਿ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਤੂੰ ਇਹ ਨਵਾਂ ਕੰਮ ਰੰਭਿਆ ਇਹਦੇ ਨਾਲੋਂ ਬੈਟਰ ਜੇ ਅਡੋਲਫ ਹਿਟਲਰ ਦੀ ਫੋਟੋ ਤੂੰ ਲਾ।
Now, the Congress and Samajwadi Party held a second round of seat-sharing talks in Delhi, and the focus was on Uttar Pradesh. The Congress said it's looking at the winnability factor when it's looking at seats and candidates, while the Samajwadi Party said that some issues were sorted out, some still remain. NDTV Sunil Prabhu spoke to Congress leader Salman Khurshid.
I'm joined by Mr. Salman Khurshid, who had a discussion with the Samajwadi Party. What exactly happened in your discussion today?
What happens in the discussion? You look at all possibilities, you look at all probabilities, and you look at all winnabilities. That's what we did today. We've shared with each other, and we will continue to stay in contact. Very soon, we hope to zero in on, if not all, major seats that we will be able to agree on.
One of the big questions that happened was, and you said winnability. How much is the Congress perception in terms of winnability? Because that's the big issue, right? And now that Mayawati has made it clear that she's not going to be, have you all now closed the door for Mayawati?
We were not here mandated to consider any other party except the Samajwadi Party. Winnability in an alliance means an alliance winnability. If it all were winnable on their own, then there wouldn't be an alliance. So obviously an alliance brings about greater chances of winnability.
The Kolkata High Court today ordered the formation of a special investigation team of officers of the CBI and West Bengal Police to probe the attack on the Enforcement Directorate officials that took place in Sandesh Khali earlier this month. It was on the 5th of January that ED officers and Central Force personnel were attacked by a mob when they went to the house of Shah Jahan Sheikh, a Trinamool Zilla Parishad member, in connection with its investigation into alleged irregularities in the public distribution system. The ED had moved to separate petitions at the Kolkata High Court in connection with the Sandesh Khali incident. Former Haryana Chief Minister and senior Congress leader Bhupinder Singh Hooda was questioned by the Enforcement Directorate today in connection with a money laundering investigation into alleged irregularities in land acquisition in Manesar during his time as Chief Minister between the period 2004 to 2007. So, ED questioning Bhupinder Hooda. News of the stock market now, and markets witnessed a massive decline in trade today with both the Nifty and Sensex sliding in trade. Sakshi Bajaj takes us through the highlights.
A day when, of course, India's stock markets witnessed a massive meltdown, the biggest single day decline for the markets since June 2022, and investors lost as much as 4 lakh crores, over 4 lakh crores in wealth in a single day of trade. Now, the Nifty and the Sensex plunged over 2%. The Sensex, of course, we saw sliding 1,628 points, ending the day at 71,500. The Nifty declining 460 points and ending the day at 21,571. Now, HDFC Bank stock stumbled the most. Remember, this stock tumbled over 8% at close, and the Nifty Bank plunged over 4%. Now, HDFC Bank contributed over 70% to the overall Nifty Bank decline, and this really is significant. Remember, HDFC Bank wiped off 93,000 crores in market value as the Q3 results disappointed. And remember, this of course had an impact on other banking measures as well and the overall Nifty Bank index altogether. So of course we saw this impact, and experts believe HDFC Bank's weak outlook dragged the overall banking sector at large. They also feel geopolitical tensions rising hit markets hard. Remember, geopolitical tensions across the Red Sea, Iran attacking Pakistan, so they feel geopolitical tensions across the board really impacting markets and the momentum largely overall. They also feel, look, investors are now increasingly anxious on the Fed rate cut uncertainty, and that is also weighing on the market mood. They also feel that, look, market euphoria just needed any trigger really for a sell-off, and today the markets got that trigger.
Some international news. Iran carried out a missile attack against terrorist group Jaish-ul-Adl inside Pakistan's Balochistan on Tuesday, and strongly condemning the violation of its airspace. Pakistan recalled its ambassador and also expelled Iran's envoy. Pakistan said the attack killed 2 children and is completely unacceptable and can have serious consequences. But what does it mean now for the region? Kadambani reports.
Completely destroyed after Iran fired at least 14 ballistic missiles and 7 drones at these targets in Panjgur in Pakistan's Balochistan, claiming these were terror group Jaish-ul-Adl hideouts. Pakistan says 2 children have died and 3 injured. They summoned the charge affairs of the Iran embassy and threatened serious consequences, and also recalled their own ambassador from Iran after what they said was unprovoked violation of its airspace by Tehran. So what is Jaish-ul-Adl? Jaish-ul-Adl is a Sunni Salafi terror group based in Pakistan. It carries out attacks in southeastern Sistan and Balochistan areas of Iran. Since it was founded in 2012, it has carried out many attacks on Iran's military and police. In the latest attack on December 15, 2023, 11 policemen were killed. But what does this attack in India's neighborhood mean for India? India is developing Chabahar port jointly with Iran in Sistan Balochistan province. Any terror group operating there will hamper the project. Chabahar port is a direct link to Afghanistan, and Pakistan has been trying to oust India from Afghanistan. EM Jaishankar was in Iran on Monday and held further talks and reached an understanding on the Chabahar port. Iran has carried out attacks against terror group ISIS in Syria as well, and against Israel's Mossad in Iraq. While retaliation against ISIS and Jaish-ul-Adl may not fan tensions in West Asia, what could add to the heat is the attack against Mossad, the US alleging proof of Iran's aid to Houthi rebels, and Israel's claim that Iran is helping Hamas. EM Jaishankar has also pointed out to Iran that the attacks by the Houthis in the Red Sea may singe India too, and they need to stop. In Delhi, Kadambini Sharma for NDTV.
The family of a man who was trapped in the bathroom of a SpiceJet, a plane, for the duration of a flight has claimed that the airline did not provide him any medical assistance after the plane landed and engineers had to break down the door. The man got stuck in the bathroom during a Mumbai to Bengaluru flight. The crew, unable to open the door, slipped him a note asking him to remain calm, and he was only released from this harrowing experience after the plane landed in Bengaluru. Now, his family says that he is traumatized and that the airline's compensation of just 5,000 rupees is not enough. NDTV's Nehal spoke with his cousin.
The kind of negligence happening in the basic, especially in the airline segment, considering the safety of the customer, it's quite different, right?
Yes.
And recently, the kind of chaos going on, right? We wanted this to be highlighted, right? Because, and that is the reason why we basically raised this concern.
Now it seems that they have contacted you. Did they contact you for refund and all those things?
No. Yesterday they just dropped an email regarding a compensation of 5,000 rupees, and wherein we clearly stated that are you basically justifying yourself with the 5,000 rupees? A person who has already went to a traumatized incident.
True. I can.
And it was clearly a negligence. Okay, it could have been avoided if you have basically checked it properly before the flight has taken off.
Yes.
Right? And after that also basically there is not even a single call stating at least just considering for the sake of humanity helping out, at least how is your health?
Yes.
Right. We are not now everything, now he is into a trauma basically. Suddenly he got realized or stuck with something. If anything worse would have happened.
Yes, true, very true.
Who would have been responsible for everything? And the kind of behavior which I am getting from SpiceJet is quite surprising, right? We are not expecting anything beyond that, but at least for the sake of humanity, a person, a medical support would have arranged over there just in order to check at least a BP level or everything is under control or normal.
But they are claiming in their release that medical support was given.
Exactly. That is the major problem.
All right, in other news now, 2 people, including a boy, were gored to death by bulls at the Jallikattu venue at Tamil Nadu's Sivaganga district today. Now, according to the police, what happened is that this incident took place near Madurai and did not take place during the actual Jallikattu taming of the bull event, but after the run when the bull owners had gathered to collect their animals. At that point, the bulls ran helter-skelter in the crowd, as you can see there, and the victims were gored to death by 2 separate animals. The incident raises question marks on the safety measures in place for the bull taming sport. Safety norms mandated by the Supreme Court include double barricading of the entire arena and steps to ensure that no animal injures any of the spectators.